Hi everyone, it's Dustin here from PowerBody. Today I will be joined, luckily, by HarisHealth, who is one of the sponsored athletes for Nutrex. If you don't know Nutrex already, I don't know where you've been, you should definitely give them a look. I've got two products with me here just to refresh everyone's minds. So we've got Outlift pre-workout. Probably their number one pre-workout, and it's one of the number one pre-workouts. If you haven't tried it already, definitely give it a look. And one of the best fat burners you can get, 100% Lipo6 Black. These are two things I picked off the shelf because they're two of my favourites. I'm joined by Haris today, so I've just seen that he's invited to join. And we'll see what he has to say. I know a few of you have written in with some questions. I've got them written down so I don't forget. If you haven't asked your questions yet, get them on. Here he is. Hello, mate.
What's up?
There he is. A little bit, that's it.
There you go.
Yeah. You're making me feel very small, Haris.
Yes, buddy. How you doing? How's it going?
I'm good, mate. Very good. Looking in great shape, mate.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, all good, man. How are you? You good?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Yeah, can't whinge, mate. Can't whinge. Monday, so.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
You had a busy one.
Awesome.
Have you had a busy?
Sorry, what was that?
Have you had a busy day?
I did actually, yes. So just did my fastest. Let me just put this up a little bit. So, yes, I did my early morning fasted cardio.
Okay.
And then did some emo, some clients check, and that's pretty much about it. Probably train later on. How about yourself?
Nice. Yeah. No, I haven't trained this morning. Just work, just standard, and then I'll be hitting shoulders tonight. Try and get them like yours. Try and get my belts like yours. That's it. All right, mate. So I suppose we'll just get stuck in, shall we? So I know we had a few questions we wanted to ask you. So the number one, obviously, Nutrex ambassador. I wanted to ask you what your preferred Nutrex products were. What's your go-to set of products?
Well, honestly speaking, I've been in the industry. I've been training for the last 7 years, and before Nutrex, I've tried every single product and every single company. And since I've joined Nutrex, it's a bit different in terms of Nutrex product. I wouldn't just name one. Because there's several different and great products, such as obviously the whey protein itself. And the BCA, the watermelon one, is incredible. The pre-workout itself. So it would be kind of difficult to just name one product. So there's 3 different ones that personally are my favorite.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So do you tend to use most of the Nutrex range, or do you have a specific?
No, I actually have my own stock. Basically, right now I'm cutting for a competition. So obviously in the morning before fasted cardio, I use L-carnitine, BCAs, what else is there? CLA, and again BCA tablets, and of course Lipo6 as well.
Right.
So that's cardio stock. And then later on for my weight training, I use BCAs again, and then afterward I use obviously the whey protein, the ISOFIT.
Yeah, the amino drive, right? Is that the one you use? Yeah, that's it. So when are you competing?
I've actually kept this very, very private. I haven't announced it, to be honest with you. So, but I'm going to announce it here since you asked me. So I've got a competition in 3 weeks' time, which is in Denmark. So, so I'm preparing for that. Yeah.
Okay, that's why you're looking so lean then. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. It's still a long way to go, but let's hope for the best.
No. You're looking good for 3 weeks out, mate.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. What else have we got? Okay, so we get asked quite a lot, when should I be using this? When should I use aminos? And how long before my training should I use my pre? Stuff like that. Can you give any kind of, when do you take the supplements that you take? What's your kind of structure in your day?
If you're talking about Lipo6, if you're talking about Lipo6 is actually a fat burner. It's one of the best products. Even before joining Nutrex, I was using Lipo6 in the start of my career, and it's been one of the best fat burner in the industry for such a long time. So if you're talking about Lipo6, that's a fat burner. I would advise people to use that, especially when they're cutting down and trying to reduce the body fat. I would say use it before fasted cardio. And for people who can't or doesn't have the time to train twice, then I would advise them to use it before your weight training. Just before you start your weight training, just take a capsule of Lipo 6 in order to help you sweat more and burn that extra fat.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Do you tend to use the tablets, or do you like to use the powder, or do you use both?
I use the tablets, mate. I use tablets. I like tablets. Yeah.
I use the powder sometimes, like either with or instead of a pre-workout. I do quite like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the tablets are good.
Push and buzz. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice one. This is kind of scratching the head of the first question I asked. I was going to ask, do you have a favourite product? But you said it's quite hard to pick one. Right?
Yes, it has to be the whey protein. It has to be the isolate chocolate flavor. That's one of my favorite products. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, okay, good. Yeah, so that's something. Whether you're off season or on season.
That's the whey protein is actually for everybody. You know, it doesn't matter what goal you have. It doesn't matter what you're heading towards. It's natural ingredient, natural whey products that you can use it throughout the year, 365. So I would advise it for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're cutting, you're bulking, preparing for whatever you want. It's one of those products that needs to be on your routine 365.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I definitely agree. In terms of, let's say, building muscle, do you tend to stick to the 1 gram of protein per pound of body fat, of body weight? Sorry, not body fat, per pound of body weight, or do you have your own?
No, I have my own strategy actually. I don't do it per protein or anything like that. I have my own macros. I completely do it differently in terms of how I do it in a gram way. So how many grams of protein I have per meal. I have 6 meals, and obviously every meal contains different amounts of gram of protein, carbs and fat. So I don't measure it. I don't measure the whole day. I measure meal by meal.
Right. Okay. So if I were to ask you, what your total daily was of protein that you might not even know off the top of your head, you do it literally breakfast?
No, I literally do it meal by meal just to get
right. Okay. Yeah. So does that help you? Would you say with timing your training and things like that? Does that help you? Knowing exactly what.
I'm sorry I cut you off. I'm blessed with the time, so I work for myself. I work from home, so I have plenty of time. So what I do, it has allows me to measure it and to do it meal by meal. If I would have had a busy schedule, I'm traveling or anything like that, then I'll probably do it your way. So for now, I'm just doing it meal by meal. It's a lot easier that way.
Yeah, perfect. No, that sounds good, mate. So you're coaching, right? You're a PT. You're active.
Yes. I'm an online coach. I do my coaching online, and I've literally have plenty of clients online, so that's what I do. I have a specific, private clients as well. That those are the people that I know for such a long time. It's been, so they're more like a family members to me. So.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, I like that. Does that do you find that all fits in well with your own training? It doesn't disrupt your own training?
No. I'm an early person, very, very early. I wake up about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to do my fasted cardio, and then get the work done before 12 o'clock. That allows me the whole day to, train my weights and get my meal prepared and just relax a little bit and do other stuff that I needed to do.
Nice. Good, mate. Yeah, it sounds like you got the nail on the head there. Yeah, perfect. I suppose this is similar to the previous question. Is there a product that you just could not do without? Is that the way for you?
I'll tell you what, BCA has to be BCA. I told you the whey protein as well. That's one thing that you need to, carry using 365. But BCA goes the same thing. Amino acid is so crucial for anybody that trains. Doesn't matter what your goal is, whether your goal is to lose weight, to gain weight, to cut for a photo shoot or traveling, whatever. I think amino acid is one of those products that helps you recover faster and holds that muscle tissue. So it's an essential product for anybody to use and to anybody to have. So same thing as whey protein. So those two combines together. I'll personally say somebody who trains at least 3-4 times a week definitely should have those two products.
Right. Okay. So do you tend to drink your amino acids intra workout, or do you drink them post? Or
no, I drink them throughout the workout, just like a water. So I have my own shaker. I put a scoop in here. I drink it throughout the session. As soon as I leave and do my last rep, I mean, it's finished. So.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you time it for the workout.
Yeah.
Do you stack it with anything, or do you just have it as is, just as a meal?
No, I just have it as it is.
Right. Okay. Cool. Nice. Yeah. Have you got a favourite flavour of the outlet.
Watermelon.
Yeah, yeah. The watermelon one is really nice. Yeah, quite subtle. I think a lot of people with aminos, you know, they're too sweet, and they say it's hard to drink because it's too sweet. Makes them feel.
I'll be honest with you. I've tried every single product, you know, when it comes to BCAAs, but watermelon from Nutrix is something completely amazing. You feel like drinking it the whole day, you know. So it's one of those ones that it's not too sweet, and it's just perfect. That's it.
It's definitely a summer drink as well, isn't it? That watermelon flavour is so good.
Yeah.
Summer one. Oh, is there anything from Nutrix? Is there anything that you haven't tried? Is there any product at all, or that maybe you'd like to?
I would say the mass gain. I haven't tried the whey mass gain, so
okay.
I haven't tried that. I'm not bulking at the moment right now, so I can't afford to have that. But hopefully in the future, when I try to put some size on, then that's one of the product that I should go for.
Okay, so you do like to use mass gainers when you are in off season. You do use them.
It depends. It depends if I have a very, very busy schedule and I can't get all my meals in. Then I try to fit it in and I go for a cycle. Let's say for 3-4 weeks of cycle. I don't tend to get the mass gain for a very long time because obviously I'm very lean throughout the year. So if I decided to, you know, go on and put some size on and I'll have a busy schedule, then I'll probably time it for 3 to 4 weeks of using that mass gain. Nice.
Okay. So you do tend to prefer to do it with meals, but if you're very busy, obviously it's just easier, right?
Then there'll be a substitution of your meals. Yeah. You substitute it with a mass gain that gives you the same amount of protein, carbs, and you just literally just hit your macros in a sense.
Okay, nice one. Okay, yes, that's good. Is there, if you're allowed to tell us, is there anything? Can we expect anything new from Nutrix very soon?
I'm not allowed to disclose that, to be honest with you. I'm afraid you're asking the wrong person. But as soon as there's something, you guys will be the first one to know.
You'll let us know. Okay, yeah. Excellent. Yeah, if you don't mind, then we had a few. I don't know if anyone wrote to you with some questions that we could answer on the live, but we certainly had a few. We had some responses to our story.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then, so someone wanted to know, what's your favourite exercise or perhaps your favourite routine for training legs? Do you have a...
Legs? Legs is one of the bigger major muscles that we have. And personally, from my experience, I train my legs twice a week because I personally find it very difficult to put in all the exercise in one session. You know, we spend so much time. One day we train our chest. You have to bear in mind, this is your legs is your lower body, and you have your chest, shoulders, back, and everything as your upper body. So we tend to put so much focus on our upper body than the lower body. So I tend to do it differently. I train legs twice a week. I do hamstrings and calf one day, and I do quads and glutes another day. That allows me to focus on the growth and obviously hit them properly. If I tend to do them in one day, I wouldn't do justice to it, to be honest with you.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I like that idea. Yeah, because that's very true. We tend to do, you know, perhaps back and biceps, chest and triceps. Yeah. Why not hamstrings and then quads?
Yeah. No, if you have to, technically, it's bodybuilding. You have to build the whole body. And we spend one day on chest. We spend another day on shoulders and back and arms. That's 4 days gone just on upper body. Legs, just one day. If you think about it as a common sense wise, I don't know about people's opinion how they train, but I tend to just train them twice and put so much focus on it just to balance the physique.
Nice. Okay. So how many weekly sessions do you do? I mean, I'm sure it changes with your off season.
I train every day, mate. I train
every day.
Yeah, I train every day. In the beginning, I started with 4 days, and then I move on to 5 days, then 6 days, and 7 days. Now it's on that 7 days. I take a break whenever I feel like it. So whenever I feel like, I take a week off or 3 days off, 2 days off. I'm a great listener to my body. So if I feel tired, I take a rest.
Okay. So do you tend to do in 7 days? I mean, personally, I think I'd struggle with that. But how long do you tend to go for? How big is that window? Can you do 7 days a week for like a month, or is it longer than that before you tend to feel like you need a rest?
No, I do 7 days for over 2 years now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, over 2 years
Yeah.
now. But I rest, so you have to bear in
Good.
mind. I don't tend to do fasted cardio throughout the year. I do fasted cardio, let's say when I prep for a photo shoot or competition. What I mean by 7 days is that I get plenty of rest, and if my body is sore in any way, or if I feel tired, then I won't risk it. But because of the flexibility and the hours and the rest that I get, that allows me to train 7 days. I have built that foundation. You have to bear in mind, you have to start from the beginning. You have to build a foundation in order to be where I am, in a sense. I've started with 4 days, and then I moved on to 5 days, and then I moved on to 6 days. Now I'm on the 7 days. And it's that foundation that gradually built up. I didn't went to 7 days straight away. But then, once you get there, then listen to your body. If you feel tired, like I said, just take a rest. But at the moment, I just enjoy training and just love training. So, yeah.
That's good. That's good advice, I think, because obviously there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of guys who are going to look at you and think, oh, Jesus, I'd love to look like that. Let's see what he does. Oh, he's training 7 days a week. Maybe I should train 7 days a week. Oh, he's eating that. Maybe I should eat that. But
Yes,
you're absolutely right. There's a there's a starting point, and you're far past the starting point.
Yes, I wouldn't advise people that are listening right now. I wouldn't advise them to just go for a 7 day just because I train 7 days and I look like this because I train 7 days. It's not true. It's not like that. I train 7 days. That's true. I look like this. That's true. But I didn't belong here. I started from the scratch. I started from 4 days, and then I moved on to 5 days. Then I moved on to 6 days. Then gradually I'm into 7 days right now. So don't just about training smart. It's not about training hard. Be a great listener to your body, because if you're gonna go there and just train hard, then eventually that will lead into injury. You probably train hard for 6 months, and then what's the point of occurring injury and then hold you back for a year? So I'm blessed in that sense where I've trained smart. Started with 4 days, then 5 days, and 6 days. That didn't allow me to get any injury. That's why I built that muscle maturity that allows me to train 7 days now. If I would have trained hard and went on it 6, 7 days straight from day one, then I would have been here. So be a great listener, train smart, and don't risk it. Just take it easy, take a deep breath, and go step by step, and don't rush it.
Yeah, that's good advice. Really good advice. I don't know. Are you able to see the comments here? Rack Stop Fitness. That's one of our ambassadors. He said it's like watching myself. When he saw that you were going to be on our live, he had a look, and he thinks you look quite similar. It's quite funny. Okay. Yeah, very similar looking guys.
Okay.
So another question we had through was, do you have any pet hates in the gym? What would you say is perhaps your main pet hate?
You know what? I'll tell you a funny story. Last Monday was a bank holiday. And was a bank holiday. I was watching this guy using a Smith machine. I was doing chest. So I moved on to a Smith machine to try to do incline chest press. And I watched that guy. He was using it for 15 minutes. So when I went up to him, asked him how many sets he got. He's got another 7, 8 sets. So you've done 6, 7 sets possibly already. And you've got another 6, 7 sets afterward. So that's about 15 sets in total. And that's one thing I would tell people that are watching right now is to don't overdo it. Don't overdo the exercise. Education is power. I don't know what that guy was training. I don't know what exercise. I wasn't even interested what he's doing on that Smith machine, but I knew that he's there for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go there. So don't overtrain the exercise. Education is power. Try to educate yourself. There's so many sources. There's YouTube, Google, coaches available, online, everything. So don't overdo it. Just try to educate yourself in terms of where you want to head, where you want to go, and try to get there. Don't be like that guy who does 15 sets per exercise. That doesn't make sense. So yeah, man, I just faced up last Monday, so I thought it would be nice to share with you guys.
Yeah, no, that's I agree. Do you tend to, because obviously we see a lot of people in the gym, they'll be making a mistake. Perhaps it could even be a dangerous mistake that might give them an injury. Do you tend to go over and, you know, talk to those people, let them know that they're maybe going to hurt themselves, or do you let them get on with it?
I'll tell you what, you know, in the beginning, I used to a lot. I love fitness. You know, this is my passion, and this is what I do. Changing people's life is what I do, and what I live for. I tend to do it a lot in the beginning. I tend to use, you know, go beyond my limit to stop myself from my own workout in order to help somebody else and pass on knowledge. But you don't get to face, you know, you get to face all different kind of people. You know, you probably approach a guy who appreciates it and shake your hand and be very thankful for it, and then the next minute you go to somebody else who's just looks at you in a way that you know that who are you? You know, why are you advising me? You know, in a cocky way. So you tend to face both of the situations, the good guy and the bad guy, because of
Yeah.
the bad experience and the bad vibe that I got. I tend to hold myself back a little bit these days. But in the beginning, I'll be honest with you, I used to go a lot and try to pass on the you know the knowledge that I have in order to tell them to do it in a perfect manner.
Yeah, I suppose as well as a coach, as a PT, you're kind of giving away the shop for free, aren't you? I suppose if you're going over to people and saying, "Look, you should do it like this. Watch me. I'll show you." I suppose that's you want them to pay you for that. That's your profession if you're a coach. So I don't know. That might...
You know what? Sometimes it's not all about the money. You know, I came to this industry. I didn't came for money. I've started lifting. I started training, not because of the money, just because of the passion that I have for it. You know, if it's just an advice or anything like that, then I'd rather give that for free. But obviously, this is my job. I need to pay my bread and butter as well. So it'd be nice to if somebody would come in and try to take his physique to another level. Then it would be nice to just have him on board. But you know, the general advice, I'm more than happy to just pass on general advice. It's just free on. It's just, you know, this is what I do. So I don't look at it that way.
Excellent. No, that's it's a good way of looking at it. I appreciate that. So someone asked, do you have perhaps a story of a funny moment in the gym? What you just said was kind of a funny story. So I hope that answers the question, unless you have another one. Otherwise, that answers that question. So do you, okay, that's a good question. I think everyone's kind of split here. Do you prefer training by yourself, or do you like training with people?
I have my own team, so I haven't trained with them recently because of different timings and etc. But I train on my own as well. When I train on my I have my own team that I train with them, you know, occasionally 2-3 times a week. But one thing I would say to the people that are watching right now is training with a partner is incredible. Training with somebody else is amazing because that would help your physique. I would say 50% even more. It would improve your physique by 50% than you training by yourself. So if you have a partner, then great. If you don't have a partner, then I would advise you to pair up with somebody, close friend, best friend, brother, whatever, because that will definitely going to help your physique to a completely different level. Like I said, I have my own team. I train with them 2-3 times a week. Because of the different timings, I can't get to hold of them and train with them 7 days. But now I'm at that point where I can afford to train with myself and just enjoy myself. People who trains alone, no offense, you know, that's a good way to do it as well. You know, you can train alone, put your music on, be in the zone, just smash it. But if you have the opportunity to train with somebody else, then do it because that will improve your physique, possibly by another 50%.
So how do you think, what are the main reasons, you know, when you're training with someone, how does that help you to improve your physique?
Well, let's put it this way. If you're with somebody else, that gives you extra motivation. It gives you that extra push. You know, you probably do incline chest press. Let's say you get 12. A partner would help you to get 15. You do deadlift 2 plates. A partner would help you to get 3 plates. Well, it's every single little details. You know, let's say you're driving from here to Manchester. It's 6.5. I'm just giving you an example. It's 6.5 hour drive. If you're with somebody else, you can actually change. You can actually take a rest and change and let the person drive as well. That's apply the same principle to the workout. So having a partner, it will help you. It will push you every single rep, every single set. The moments, the bad days, the days that you're not motivated, is that partner that would be waiting in the gym for you, where you have to push yourself and drag yourself out of the house to go there because he's waiting there. But if you're by yourself, the days that you're not motivated, you probably just won't care. But that's just one of the examples. I personally think having a partner is a great way to build your physique and to take it to the next level. For those who are training alone, like I said, if you're super motivated, if you're not, then get super motivated and just go and smash it.
Nice. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So when you're training with people, do you like to use, like assisted reps, forced reps, where the spotter's helping you complete reps, or do you?
It depends. It depends. Every session is different. Actually, I don't train the same every single day. Every session is different. I do pause reps, drop sets, lots of supersets. So mixture of everything.
Nice, that's good. I like that. So we've got one more question that came through from one of our followers. And I suppose it's actually the perfect timing to ask you this. What advice would you give to someone who's trying to lose some fat 4 weeks before a holiday?
4 weeks before the holiday. First of all, you have to track your macros. You have to know what you're eating. You have to track your macros according to where you are and what kind of condition you're holding. Second is obviously your cardio is very, very essential. It's very, very important. You have to get your cardios in. And obviously supplementation. Lipo-6. Lipo-6, I personally think, is one of the best fat burners out there in order to reduce the body fat. There you go. So in order to reduce the body fat and get you in shape. So like I said, yeah, track your macros, do your cardio, use your supplementation, which is Lipo-6 fat burner. Take 1 capsule before your fasted cardio. How I do my fasted cardio, for those who are wondering, I do incline lace, slow paced walk, 40 minutes, 45 minutes every morning on an empty stomach. Taking my supplementation before going and doing that helps me to reduce the body fat and keep as much muscles as I can. So for that person that wants to go on holiday, track your macros, get your cardios in, and just it.
Nice. Do you mind if I ask why do you do the fasted cardio? What for you are the benefits of fasted cardio? Why do you like to do it?
Listen, everything, it works for me. I'm just talking from my experience, from what worked for me. For me, fasted cardio works. I don't do HIIT because I do less. If I do HIIT, I'll be so tired. I feel weak. By the time I finish my HIIT cardio, I have the whole day ahead of me. I don't want to be super tired for my weight training. So I do a less slow, steady walk on a treadmill. And the reason why I do it on an empty stomach is because it works for me. And I've done it in the past, on taking a protein shake before going and doing my cardio. It worked that way as well, but I personally prefer doing it on empty stomach, especially when I'm cutting. So
nice. Okay. So was that less research and more of like a trial and error for you? You tried a few ways, and then that one was the most successful.
Listen, that's what life is about. That's what life is about. You go, you experience things, you do mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. You try different things, see what doesn't work for you. I mean, especially for those who are watching this right now and starting their journey, I would say just go out there and try everything. You listen to everybody, try it, see if it works. If it works for you, keep it in your diary. If it doesn't work for you, get rid of it. So life is all about going, experiencing, and trying it, see what works for you, see it doesn't work for you. I've tried a lot of things in the past. Those things that worked, I kept it, and I keep doing it, and keep changing it. Things that didn't work, I've never looked at it again.
Nice, yeah, it's really good advice, really good. So I'm out of questions. I'm just going to have a look through here. I'm just going to scroll through to see if we were asked any more whilst we were talking, because I wasn't thinking about it. No, it doesn't seem like anyone's asked any questions whilst we've been live. No. Is there anything you wanted to add, Haris? Is there anything that we've missed out? Anything you'd like to talk about?
But I just want to say thanks to you guys. Thank you for having me, and it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure chatting to you, and hopefully we'll do it again.
Excellent. Yeah, I really, really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Yeah, maybe we'll have you on here again soon.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank
So,
you.
guys, if you haven't already, go check out Harris's page. Harris, if you want to do a little plug, is it at HarisHealth? Is there a space? I can't remember now.
No. It's HarisHealth with no space.
At HarisHealth. Excellent. So go take a look, guys. Really inspirational stuff. Yeah, thanks, Haris.
Every time. Thank you.
You take care. Thank you, mate.